Next story.
WashingtonPost.com. Pagans drool overcoming bloodbath. Uterefson.
3 minutes.
In the wake of Donald J. Trump's latest moves to slash government services and threaten international allies, an unlikely group has found itself vibrating with enthusiasm over the economic and geopolitical instability already emerging under his nascent administration. Blood-centered pagan religious orders.
Signs are good, enthused Bibi de Sangre, high priestess of the Church of Carnal Baptism, her voice rising in barely contained ecstasy. Stock futures are down, tariffs are being imposed everywhere, it's like the return of the 1930s.
De Sangre, dressed in flowing crimson robes and clutching what appeared to be a ceremonial dagger, was nearly beside herself as she described the confluence of financial downturns and international tensions that have gripped the nation in the days following Trump's inauguration.
Wars seem likely with Denmark, Panama, even Canada, de Sangre continued, before shuddering and whooping in sudden orgasm, euphoria brought on by the thought of widespread carnage. People will starve until civility falls away, and then they will set upon each other in cannibalistic hunger. Our chalices will be overflowing. She then started to shake again, eyes rolling back, as acolytes rushed to drag her away.
For pagan orders that incorporate blood rituals and sacrificial rites into their spiritual practices, the administration's early signs of disruption have proven nothing short of thrilling. Analysts, however, have expressed concerns that the volatility celebrated by groups like the Church of Carnal Baptism could have devastating real-world consequences.
This is what happens when a president throws a Molotov cocktail into the global order, said Dr. Herbert Langley, an economist at the Brookings Institution. Currency markets are reeling, alliances are fraying, and yes, apparently, occultists are ecstatic. It's an unprecedented set of reactions.
Despite the enthusiasm from groups like the Sangres, the White House has dismissed concerns that the administration's actions could be paving the way for a new dark age of conflict and chaos.
President Trump has focused on bringing jobs back from overseas and asserting American swaggering hegemony, said White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt at a tense briefing. If that somehow excites certain esoteric communities, well, we can't control that.
However, some members of the administration seemed less troubled by the unlikely alliance forming between the White House and apocalypse-thirsty cults. Senior counsel to the president Stephen Miller, when asked about the newfound enthusiasm among blood worshippers, merely chuckled. "There are always winners and losers in times of great change," he said cryptically. "Some people just enjoy the chaos."
But for de Sangre and her followers, the administration's policies are anything but cryptic. Every tweet, every tariff, every saber-rattling speech is our gift, she said, her eyes gleaming with fervor. The blood will flow, and we will be ready, she said breathlessly, her body beginning to shake once again.
She raised her goblet high, her followers erupting into guttural cheers.
Wall Street may be panicking, diplomatic circles may be reeling, but for at least one dark corner of American spiritual life, the future has never looked brighter or bloodier.